So, welcome to the stream. It's good to see you. Hope you had a good day so far today. It's been a rather eventful day, I would say, with the new trailer and everything that came out. So, lots of fun stuff going on. Snap is very excited about it. That's why she's here, is because she wants to talk about the trailer, clearly. But anyway, it's good to see you all. She's currently trying to lick my hand, so that's fun. But I thought that for the beginning of the stream, I thought we might talk about the trailer and like kind of get all of our excitement out. And then we can work on the shell build is kind of my plan for the next little bit. Let me actually get, okay, the cat cam. There's no cat in that cam because the cat's in this cam. So let me turn that off. Let me get the game capture turned on too. Kayla, I cried. I teared up twice filming that trailer. Well, maybe not like fully teared up, but I got like choked up, like nearly cried twice. The first time because the trailer was emotional to me, and then the second time when I was reading the description, I was getting so excited that I almost started crying. I don't know, I don't usually feel that way. Like, I guess I have before about Sims packs, but I don't think I expected to get like emotional about how excited I was about this expansion pack, because I don't know, it's not like one that I have always wanted or something, you know, it's kind of a surprise. But anyway, I was very excited about the pack. I was really like having a fun time reading the like feature list and the blog posts and stuff. Yeah, no, I did cry when Seasons was announced. I like fully cried about Seasons, and I also fully cried about the stair update where you could rotate and like adjust the stairs, the configurable stairs. That was dramatic. Like that was, come on. But I did cry about that too. That was a few years ago. I like called my mom crying when that happened, and she was like, okay, stairs. And I was like, yeah, mom, stairs. This is serious. That was major. That was a big deal. Similar eras though. Only a couple years apart those updates were. Snap, you're getting fur all over my desk. I'm gonna have to vacuum my office again. Anyway, I'm very excited. Let me load into the save where we were building. Was it in the, I was playing with Eliza Pancakes as a test sim, right? Thank you, I know. Okay, you can put your face in mine, wow. Oh, I have a really funny picture. Well, maybe before we start building, we should discuss yesterday. Let me get the build up and then I can show you the funny picture. So yesterday, Snap, to give you some context, I even told you all this yesterday, how Snap has never really been a fan of a specific blanket that we have on the couch. I think it's a texture thing. She does not like that blanket. The other blankets are okay, but that blanket, she does not like. The kittens like it. It's like become Sunny's blanket, but even, we've had the blanket for a long time. Even before we had the kittens, Snap has never liked this blanket, okay? 2 nights ago, I came down after stream, and Snap was asleep on the couch on the blanket that she hates. And I was like, that's weird. You don't like that blanket, but you're sleeping on it. Okay, maybe you changed your mind. Yesterday, we were cleaning and stuff, and the blanket was on the floor, and the blanket was sort of moving. I think she's gonna sit in her cabin. Or maybe not, I lied, sorry. The blanket was sort of moving, so I was like, oh, the kittens must be in the blanket, because the kittens like to go inside of blankets sometimes. Now, look at this image for a second. That's Snap. She has never, not a single time in her entire life ever, gone inside of a blanket. The kittens do it all the time. She has never done this. Never. She's 16 years old. She's never done that. And she was inside of it. Is that not the cutest thing you've ever seen? So she was curled up, like sitting in it, and it was moving because she was like rotating, trying to get comfortable. Anyway, the kittens have taught her a lot of things, and she learned that she likes this blanket apparently, because now she's sitting in it. Anyway, this is, I love this. Like, this is how you should sit in a blanket, you know? To be a cat that small and have a blanket that big, like, that's the dream. What time am I streaming the shell challenge builds? Oh, we're gonna stream the shell, soon. We're gonna talk about the pack for a tiny bit though. Because we'll get too distracted and not build, so we might as well just talk about it. And then we can do the shell. The other thing is that, maybe you saw this, because my friend Steph posted it on Twitter. But I got diagnosed with endometriosis yesterday, which is big, because I've been trying to figure out what's wrong with me for like 10 years, and nobody has ever taken me seriously for like forever. And finally, they did. So that's cool. People in chat have been trying to tell me that, and I was like, no, I don't think so, because like no doctors ever listened to me. Anyway, so I got that diagnosis yesterday. I'm glad, I felt very relieved about that, because for so long, I sort of felt like, I knew something was wrong with me, and I was kind of scared, because like something was wrong and nobody was helping me figure it out, right? Despite all of my efforts for many years. And I knew something had to be wrong. But also part of me was like, what if I'm just being dramatic? Like, what if this is normal and I'm just a baby? Because nobody was taking it seriously. So that was kind of I used to think that a lot. I was like, I must just be like overreacting to this because nobody cares, so it must be like fine. Turns out, no, it's not fine. Yesterday, the doctor, she was like, she came into the room. First of all, I was already crying. I have some trauma around this, okay? So I was already crying. So embarrassing, so embarrassing. But she comes into the room and she was reading my chart in front of me, and she was like, now hold on. You came in for severe pain after you went to the ER, and they did one ultrasound, didn't find anything, and just told you to go home and said good luck. And I was like, mm-hmm. And then she's like, you came back another time for the same thing and they didn't do anything? And I was like, mm-hmm. And she was like, what? And then she was like, just based on this, before I even spoke to her, before I even said anything to her, she was like, already based on the chart that's already here, I think you have endometriosis. And I was like, you like, so you're telling me that the information has been there for years, and nobody cared until you today. Anyway, so that's sort of infuriating, but also relieving. That, I don't know, it's nice to have like an answer, you know? But anyway, you hang on to that doctor. Yeah, my mom, this is my mom's doctor now too. We switched doctors after I had a horrible experience a bit ago, but this same doctor, my mom had a hysterectomy recently. My mom has something, my mom had like, oh, I forget what it's called. I'm gonna butcher the name. My mom had like anandomyosis or something, which is like opposite, but she is similar with like a lining issue, growing weird places. So she had to get a hysterectomy because of it. Adenomyosis, there you go. Adenomyosis is what my mom had. Similar but different, yeah. Anyway, so that's my life update. So that's interesting, I guess, relieving to know. Endo and adeno, yeah, there you go. Similar, but not the same. Yeah, I'm sorry, Cassie. It's so hard to get a diagnosis for these things. It's like, and it's so frustrating how so many people have the same experience of like, I've been trying to figure out what's wrong for so long, and like explaining my symptoms and explaining my pain and like expressing this, and like, I literally, the first time that I went to the gynecologist ever in my life was after I had like a cyst rupture, and that's when I went to the ER because I thought I was dying because I had so much pain. Never felt that pain in my life. I went to the gynecologist like the next day or whenever, right afterward, to explain it, and the lady literally said to me, she goes, oh, it's just period cramps. Like, because you have a small frame, you're just gonna have worse periods. So here's a pamphlet, like a paper about like period cramps, and I'll like send you on your way. And I was like, lady, that's not like, I'm telling you, I was in the emergency room yesterday because I've never felt this pain and I'm not on my period. Like, so dismissive. And I was like 20 years old. Like, trust me, I know what period cramps are like. Something is wrong. Anyway, it's been like many years of just outright dismissal, which is unbelievable. So, let's move on to happier subjects. Where did the cat go? Oh, Snap's gone completely. That's sad. She's here, I guess, but I wanted to, so let me think about this. I thought that maybe we could watch the trailer again, kind of pause and discuss things, and just geek out about The Sims a little bit in the beginning of the stream before we start building, because I know that if we don't do this, I won't be able to build successfully because I'm going to get distracted too much and we'll be pausing and talking about other things. So we gotta do this first. I'm gonna leave it muted in this though. I left it unmuted on purpose in my YouTube video. The YouTube video got demonetized and then blocked in Russia because of the copyright strike. So that happens a lot with copyright strikes for music. It will get blocked in like random countries sometimes, usually Russia. But anyway, the YouTube video is blocked in Russia because of the music. So I'm not gonna play the music of this on stream. But that's okay. We'll just watch it anyway and we can discuss. But yeah, it's a nice song, but you don't get to hear it. Sorry. So sorry, you can watch it on your own. Should we just watch it all the way through one time and then I can do my pausing and drama? I think so. That feels reasonable. I'm so excited about this. It's just so fun. It's just so fun. Maybe not for that guy though. Sorry, spoiler alert, but maybe not fun for him. He's going through it. So look, this is him dying, but in bed. Way more peaceful than like the standing up drama falling to the ground that the regular elder death is. So that's cool. He's going through it as he's dying, yeah. And now it's his funeral. But this is cool too! There's funerals in the pack! I'm so excited. And that's maybe the wrong thing to say. But like, I don't know, we've been wanting this for so long. And this is them reading the will. So there's a whole new will system. And like, everybody's getting mad about the will and reacting poorly. And she's trying to reminisce about her family. It's kind of sad. Look, they're fighting about the will. Wait, can I back up? I know I said I wouldn't. One thing. Cow plant ghost! What does it mean? What does it mean? There's a bucket list thing. We've got a wishing well that seems sort of similar to the one from Romantic Garden stuff. But we'll see kind of how it actually works. There's some places to swim. This is her woohooing with a ghost. There's this really cool, like, it looks like ghost goo, the water, but it can turn you into a ghost. So that's fun. It looks like it's some sort of new bar or something, maybe, in the world. This is her being the Grim Reaper. There's like a helping Grim Reaper career. The first level is called a Grim Turn. So. Oh, was that the Wednesday dance? Oh, I didn't even notice that. Anyway, she's reminiscing. This is where I started tearing up. There's a new swing set. Amazing. Amazing. And now, graveyards. Simguru Ninja confirmed on Twitter there is a new graveyard lot type, so you can build graveyards. There's all these new graves, there's mausoleums and stuff. I mean, like, there's a lot to discuss. There's a lot to unpack here from this. And then it did this whole embrace what's next thing. And it looked like the dead guy was reborn. And then the Grim Reaper, he starts speaking out loud and he's like, well, I guess, you know, he finished all of his business. We'll talk more about it on October 17th. What? What? So there'll be another trailer in about 2 weeks. This is the early purchase content. Boring. But it's okay. Excellent Grim impression. Thank you. Thank you. You're welcome. Anyway, so we have a couple new things. Comes out on Halloween, as we suspected. I wanted to show you. Maybe I could find... my mods are trying to get me to talk about this. Let me find a wiki thing. So, does anybody remember this guy? This is Nervous Subject. He's a pre-made from Strange Town in The Sims 2. He's also from Midnight Hollow in The Sims 3. Son of Olive Spectre, and it's suspected that the Grim Reaper is this guy's father. Okay. Now... wait. Now hold on. Come here. Isn't that cool? Isn't that really cool? So we have that. And then the other thing, let me see if I can pull this up. I want to get a wiki page again. They've also got... this sim is Ophelia Spectre as well, who's a pre-made sim from Strangetown as well. So we have that. I'm trying to get the wiki. Here we go. But they have this sim as well. So that's really fun. Fun reference to older Sims games. Not that you can see because of all the ads. But we've got that. Obviously the Grim Reaper. And I think this guy is new. I think that's new. So anyway, kind of fun. Kind of fun. Lore references. I was hoping that they would do this with the townies. But I'm very excited to see more about who is there. How do we know? Well, we don't actually know, but SimGuru Morgan tweeted this sort of suspicious post. Wait, I'll pull it up. Morgan tweeted this. Curious if anyone is recognizing some of these Sims. Hint, only one of them is new, but I'm loving the glow up on the other two. Grim is Grim, obviously. So it's an intentional reference, and they're kind of hinting at it. Interesting. So that's pretty cool. That's very, very cool. The new skills that come with the pack. Yeah, they talked a little bit about it. Let me look at the, okay, this is the most boring page. This is the pre-order page. Let's talk about this first. So they highlight the early purchase incentives first, which is the mask, this picture. The picture is a lot bigger than I expected it would be. When I saw it in the trailer, I thought maybe it'd be like half the size. Instead, it's huge. But it looks like it's gonna auto-populate with like one of the gallery preview photo kind of situations. So you'll get like a photo of your Sims, which is kind of cool. But that's how it works. It'll be like of your household, so it'll change. And you can size it down, obviously. I picture that I probably will. There's a music box with the Grim Reaper in there, and then she also has a cool mask. So those are the 3 new things. And then these are like the major highlights. So I'll read these to you first, and then we can talk about them. So the first thing is an endless journey. Here's the picture. Build your bucket list by collecting goals throughout your Sim's life, starting as a young adult. Items will appear on your list based on your Sim's traits and family relations, and you can also choose your own. Removing items is possible, but completing them yields powerful rewards. If a Sim's life ends with items still on their list, they can devote their afterlife to completing their oh my gosh, the ads are playing. I'll have to read it again. Let me get some water. That's so annoying. That is so annoying. I'll read it again. It's okay. I can also link this in the chat. I mean, this is not hard to find. It's on, these are like the official features that you can read about when you search up the pack. So, or like buy the pack from the EA app or whatever. You like my pillow? Oh yeah, I put my ghost pillow out. I should have put it up for the trailer, but I forgot. But I put it out for this. So that'll be here all October. Thanks, we'll be here all month. Boo. It's kind of cute. I'm excited about it. I'm just so happy. This is just so fun. Yeah, the bucket list is a very interesting concept. This is the kind of thing, right, where like, I never expected them to make a bucket list feature. Like, I just did not see that coming in the slightest. When I thought about what might come in this death pack, I was thinking Grim Reaper stuff. I was thinking maybe some ghost updates. I thought maybe funerals, maybe some new death types. Like, that's the kind of thing that I was picturing from the pack. The bucket list is a real wild card that I did not see coming. And I'm intrigued. It's not replacing the wants. No, it's not gonna replace anything. It's gonna be like a new feature. So anyway, basically you build out a bucket list. Items can appear on the bucket list on their own, but you can also add them yourself. And then if you complete them, you get cool rewards. And if a Sim dies and they still have bucket list items left, they can spend their afterlife trying to complete their unfinished business. And the ultimate reward for experiencing everything on their list is the option to be reborn, though you can still choose to move on or remain on this plane as a ghost. So that makes me think that when you have a Sim die now, You know when you are playing with just one sim in a household and they die, and you get that pop-up that's like, game over, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna close without saving or go to manage worlds? You pick. It seems like to me, when a sim dies, we're probably gonna get a pop-up that's gonna be like, move on, be a ghost, reborn, with like options, because that's what it kind of sounds like, right? And that's cool. That's really cool. And so I mentioned this in my video, so I'm sorry to say it again, but do you know how we've been playing Not So Berry on stream? And we've been talking about bringing Piper back to life, like our Gen 1 sim back to life. I wonder if we could try to do something to have her be reborn instead, because that's cool. I don't know how it's gonna work with the reborn. Like, I don't really know what to expect from that. In the other blog post, they mentioned how if you're reborn, you can maintain like some of your skills and like infant traits and stuff. So it's very interesting. We'll have to see. There's not a lot of information. It's kind of a lot of guessing still. Even with the trailer and the blog post, there's still a lot left unknown from this. So we'll have to see. Yeah, I think that she'll have to finish her bucket list. I don't know how this is going to affect Sims that are already dead. Because like when you have older save files like that, she's gonna have like a completely empty bucket list because she won't have done anything because she was before it ever happened. She's from like years ago. So I don't know, but I think that's an interesting way to test it, you know, is to play with this sim from a long time ago and see what happens. So I think we'll probably do that in Not So Berry just to see. So the next major feature, my face is kind of in the way. I guess I could move it. Here, let's put this right here. And I'll go over here. It says, a ghastly, gorgeous life. Make death your life's work. Personally, that phrasing speaks to me with my grave collection. So I'm feeling a calling to this career. Make death your life's work with a career of reaping souls, helping ghosts, dispersing hauntings, and more as a member of Grimm's team. Or you could be a mortician and deal with death more from the perspective of the living. Outside of work, you might spend your days exploring crypts and building your thanatology skill. That's like the study of death is what that means. For the new ghost historian aspiration. So it sounds like there's maybe only one new aspiration, but there's 2 new careers. These things, among other dark diversions like bonding with your pet crow, careful, provoking it could be deadly. They described in the other thing that the death is called death by murder of crows. So in the trailer, oh, you can see it right here. There's like a little bird stand and a crow. I assume that the crow is stuck on the stand. That would be my guess. Maybe it can fly around and disappear, kind of like the rats from My First Pet stuff, where it's like really attached to it, but it can disappear. But apparently the crow can murder you. Or you can collect and read the lost tarot cards of Lady Raven Dancer Goth. And those will appeal especially to Sims who have the macabre trait. There's 3 new traits in the pack. So this looks like maybe one of the new graveyards, or like a graveyard that you can build, so that's kind of cool. There's some new headstones. There was something in the blog post maybe that was talking about like in your will, you can designate what you want to happen to you after you die, like with your body. So you can pick like, do you want to be in the crypt? Do you want this gravestone? So it seems like these are regular tombstones, but you can customize them more, which means that our grave in the front of my Potts family house is going to be so much cooler if we can change them. But we'll see how that works. I like the lore of the lost tarot cards. I think that's pretty interesting. So maybe that's going to be a collection. I don't really know. And then this next section, I'll move my face again. This next section says, goodbye for now. Different Sims will grieve in different ways. There are 4 types that will tie in with both Sims' personalities and the relationships with the deceased. So there's like a whole new grief feature of the game, which sounds like a really weird thing to say, that like grief is a major feature of the pack. But it is interesting because there's like new grieving rituals that you can do essentially because you can hold a funeral, but it sounds like it's going to be kind of like wedding stories. So you can customize like what happens at the funeral. You can customize like the different traditions that they do, which is exactly what I would hope for out of a pack like this. So that's pretty cool. It says grieving rituals are customizable and unscripted, allowing you to hold whatever type of event or events plural fits your story. In life, Sims can create wills, which can be used to pass down heirlooms, assign guardians for surviving dependents, distribute their simoleons, and more. So it said that you can set in your will what happens to your money if there's no Sims left in your household. And so I was really excited about that. Like, really excited about that, because I love the idea of, like, if you've moved out of your Sims parents' house and the parents die of old age while you're gone, you can have the game give you their money. That's so cool. I think that's so cool. I love the customization of that. I'm really curious to see how it works and, like, to play with it. Also, Sims can honor the departed with a memorial display featuring their portrait and by interring their urns in crypts or with custom caskets and grave sites. Custom caskets and grave sites. There's a guy who comes and sells caskets. You know how there's like pop-ups of like little shops that happen in various worlds? There's a casket guy. He's just in like the town square selling caskets. Isn't that so fun? Okay, this next part, I'll move my face again. Sorry. Friendly or fiendish? Linger on as a ghost and spend your afterlife helping or terrorizing the living. Ghosts will grow in their abilities as they do everything from assisting with household chores to levitating living Sims and hanging them upside down. Fun and profitable. That says fun and profitable. They may drop simoleons. So you mean to tell me that I could do a Rags to Riches where I just torment people and hang them upside down until I get money? I mean, come on. Like, it feels like this pack was like made for me. Their interactions with the living can earn them fear or goodwill essences, which can both be sold for simoleons. There's a lot to do after death. Ghosts can even pair up for a special spectral woohoo. I'm gonna open this in a new tab so I can zoom in on it. Look closely at this grill. Do you see how the grill is floating and has hearts coming out of it? Apparently, there's a new woohoo type where ghosts, if it's two ghosts, they can woohoo in any object. Or mostly any object, I'm not really sure yet. But it sounds like the ghost can woohoo like anywhere because of that. So, I'm not really sure like what to expect. Also, it looks like maybe somebody is sleeping inside of this mailbox, and I'm pretty sure that I see a ghost train in the background. So that's really fun. That is really fun. Anyway, so we'll probably have a lot of fun being like an evil ghost with Stanley Humphrey. Those are all of the major features. That's not the only features. They just kind of highlight like the top things when they make these feature lists. But there seems to be a lot of really cool stuff going on. Did I just slip with some info? Are you asking if I just slipped and told you something I shouldn't? Okay, let's discuss. I don't have insider info on this pack. I know what you know. I have read the same blog that everybody else has. I swear to you, they have not told me anything. They don't talk to me about packs, like they don't. So, anyway, I'm not like telling you something that I shouldn't. I'm just reading and talking about what I've seen from the other blog posts because there is a massively long blog post. This one has a lot more detail that kind of goes through some more. That's kind of what I've been talking about in between the major features. A lot of the same screenshots are in this blog post. I can link this one for you too. And this is the one that I read in my YouTube video today. So, what are you doing? There's a cat. She's going back in her weird little tree. Don't. Snappy, come here. She's about to get up there. Don't, please don't. Oh my God, why? That's my Lego, careful. She never does this. It's so rare that she does this. The only time she does it, I'm streaming. And it happens like once every couple months probably. Don't jump all the way down. Okay, she's not. She's gonna go back. You're stressing me out. She's doing it for attention. She is. It's on purpose. Oh, I pulled my headphones out. Can't hear anything. Okay. She made safe choices. That's smart. Now she's coming over. Okay, I know. You can come up if you want. I know, come on. I know. Sorry about this cat. Let me read through some of these things too. Are you gonna come up or not? Oh, you're over here. Oh, hello? She's like running in circles. What are you? Oh my God. Okay. Anyway, have we kind of read this about like the bucket list and the unfinished business already? Here's a picture of the town. Do you see this? If you look really closely at this picture, I didn't notice this when I was first looking at it. That's Bonehilda. Bonehilda is just walking around in the town. So it sounds like maybe you'll see some kind of scary townies. It looks like this is one of those ghosts from, like it's using the same animation as the ghost from the Paranormal Stuff pack too. You can see a couple more of them around here. There's a really fancy swing set in the town and like some playground equipment. I wonder if that's just in debug or if it's real and you can get it in build mode. Because if so, there's 2 swing sets in the pack, which is kind of fun. Queen! Yeah, Queen Bonehilda. I wonder if she's coming back for real. Like, if you can get her out of build mode like you could in The Sims 3. Or if she's just, like, hanging out around in the town. It would also be cool if, like, occults in general were drawn to the world. I'm not sure if that's true. They also said a part of one of the neighborhoods that the Grim Reaper sometimes just walks around. And that's really fun to me also, that you might just see him out and about. Anyway, so that's kind of an overview of the town. The town itself is called Ravenwood, and it sounds like there's 3 neighborhoods. They didn't say how many lots there are, and I don't really know how to make a guess about that based on just the one picture. I think that, does it seem like maybe that one is a real lot? I think that this one could be fake, but I'm not sure. And this is just like a town square. So I don't know how many lots there will be. I guess we'll have to wait and see. But there's 3 unique neighborhoods. And they say where Sims walk shoulder to shoulder with ghost Sims who have unfinished business. I don't know if we really know for sure where the world is based on, Jake. It seems a little bit European to me, but I don't know like what their outright inspiration is with the pack. They haven't really said yet, so we'll find out. Looks kind of Romanian. Yeah, that was a lot of the guess based on some of the last names, or like the one last name. Where did it? I don't know where it went. That was the guess people were making based on the last name of that card they sent to some creators. But who knows for sure yet. They probably will say that eventually. Okay, so the first neighborhood is called Crow's Crossing. And this is like the village part. Rumored to be frequented by ghosts and regular hauntings. You can venture down cobbled roads where you might discover local grave makers, meet the mysterious merchant peddling an assortment of curios and collectibles. I don't know if it looks like they're out right now, but the mysterious merchant like will probably sell things, who knows what. And there also is a try before you die casket sale. Now that we're seeing this, it's making a lot of sense, this Grim Reaper event, because they're giving us a casket in the base game. And I thought that was kind of random, but they're making a whole bunch of caskets. So it makes sense that they would give us a casket in the base game at the same time, because they're probably making loads of them for the pack. So they're like, oh, here, you can have an extra one in the base game. So, but we're getting it like now with the Reaper's Rewards event. So that makes sense. I wonder if that means that like a lot of the new content that would be base game with the expansion pack update is coming out in this Reaper's Reward event. And if we'll have less of a, I mean, well, there'll probably be a new feature in the base game update, but I don't know if it'll have as much like random content. Cause I don't know, we'll see. Base game graveyard lot type, please. You know, I would guess, they haven't said this, but I would guess that the graveyard lot type might get made base game. At least I would kind of hope that it would. They seem like they do that a lot. Like with Wedding Stories, they made the wedding venue lot type base game. So Snap, you're sitting on the keyboard. Careful. You can't get mad at me for trying to move you off the keyboard. Ridiculous. So anyway, we don't actually know what the base game update's gonna have, so don't quote me on any of that. We're just guessing, but I think that would be cool if it did come in the base game. They said Sims seeking solace can visit the town's cemetery, dappled with headstones and graves to pay respects to Sims who once walked these roads and may still be doing so, or disappear into a crypt to share a special moment with a lover or tell ghost stories. So it sounds like maybe you can woohoo in the crypt. Am I like reading into that wrong? That kind of sounds like what they're telling us, right? That's kind of weird vibes, but you know. But that sounds like that's a second woohoo spot, right? We have like the ghost that can woohoo anywhere, and then this one. And it seems like an easy option for them because they don't really have to, they could probably use the same animation as like the closet where they like turn around and kiss in the doorway and then fall inward. So they could probably use the same animation and then just have like hearts come out of the crypt. So I wouldn't be surprised if that was new. And then with the ghost woohoo, even that is not like an outright new animation because the grill that they were woohooing in that picture, like floating and shaking, that's what happens when they haunt items. So this time the new one just has the hearts also, right? Ghosts can woohoo where? Oh, we think anywhere. 2 ghosts seem like they can haunt and woohoo anything. Do you think bats will come out? I don't know. I also wonder about woohooing in caskets because you can already woohoo in a vampire casket, but doesn't the vampire have to be the one to initiate it? Like a human sim can't select woohoo in the casket, the vampire has to select, but a human can do it with the vampire if they're not the initiator. I wonder if human sims can woohoo in the new caskets? Because the animation should still be like the same. It's just the same casket. But also, some of them look like they're raised up. Maybe that's a different item. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, the vampire has to initiate the coffin woohoo. Yeah, it's like the bat woohoo too. The ghost woohoo is kind of like the bat woohoo, where they can just woohoo 2 vampires in the sky as bats. But anyway, very interesting. They also said there's a Ravenwood Family Day and a Crows Crossing Celebration of Life Festival. The Ravenwood Family Day was mentioned somewhere else, I forget where, about being a place where you can write your will. But maybe there's other things that happen too. But I guess that makes sense that they're trying to like encourage you in-game to write it during an event. And the Celebration of Life Festival, I don't know what that will be, but hopefully fun. It also says haunted houses, and I'm not sure what to make of that either, because there is one point in the trailer, I think it was in the beginning. Maybe it was when they showed the build mode stuff for the first time. I can't remember where it was. But there was one point in the trailer where they showed like the outside of a house. And in that, oh, Snap just flicked her tail and broke it. But there's like roof texture that has changed where there was like holes in the roof kinda. But I don't know what a haunted house will be that's different from paranormal. I can't really picture, I don't remember where it was in the trailer. I think it was early, wasn't it? Rabbit hole? Yeah, maybe it's a rabbit hole, like the Love Hotel from Love Struck. But they are giving us some new stuff, hopefully, to make things a little bit creepier near the beginning. Maybe I'll watch the beginning again. Hold on. So I can find it. Yeah, there's like some wall decals that look, oh look, maybe that's the guy's fancy sale of curiosities. Also, that looked like there was just pizza out to me. I don't know what that means. I don't know what to expect of that. Yeah, and there's like broken windows too. We've seen a couple of those as parts of the pack. I'm gonna have to watch this guy die again. Festival? Oh, maybe it's the new festival. I don't know. Hold on. May he rest in peace. Sorry, buddy. Yeah, so once we get to the broken roof, I'll talk about it. But I think that it looks like some sort of roof decoration. This broken roof thing. Oh, here we go. It's right in the beginning. Look at this. So you see how there's at least 3 different pieces of like broken roof stuff? My thought is that I think it's gonna be something that you can slot onto the roof because it doesn't look like the, is this the broken one? Okay, this one from Island Living has like some sheer parts. It's not the same as that. I think that it's probably gonna be similar to like these things, but maybe more like this, how it can slot onto the like right peak or angle of the roof, and you can put like broken roof sections in. And if so, that is so cool. I will use that all the time. We love to build those sorts of like broken down, fixer-upper style houses. So I love that. That's so cool. And then there's also some kind of cool windows and columns and stuff, classic. I'm not really seeing a lot of new landscaping, but there is a new fence. That's a new roof texture and a new roof trim. So that's kind of fun. It kind of has like castle vibes. I think that the castle estate kit will probably go very well with this because it's sort of similar with some of these textures. It looks like it's a new wallpaper too, but there's just columns on top of the edges. So, yeah, windows and doors are all new. I like this one. That's pretty cool to me. I'm curious to see. Yeah, the clothes are pretty nice too. Where were we? Oh yeah, here. Anyway, haunted houses. Not sure what that means for us. I guess we'll see. And then there's the ghostly guarded wishing well. And I assume that the wishing well is gonna be very similar to the one from Romantic Garden stuff. But I don't really know what to expect from that either. You want a roof trim like that for so long? Yeah, I like how they're making some more like interesting roof trims these days. Because they didn't really make anything that was fancy for a long time, and we've gotten a couple of like more detailed roof trims in the past few packs. So that's kind of cool. But that's the Crow's Crossing section of town. And then there's the Whispering Glen is the 3rd section of town. This one is steeped in ruins and rumors, and it's a paradise for collectors and historians alike. There's a local crypt you can explore. There's a tarot tome shrine at the base of the ruins. There's community garden plots and collectibles. And then they say, whatever you do, stay until the moon rises. Each night, Whispering Glen hosts the local Moon Revelry Festival, where Sims can swim. I almost said swims can sim. Where Sims can swim under the moonlight, share stories at a bonfire, and dance. So that happened in the trailer. They were like swimming around and had the bonfire out there. Oh, okay, hold on. Here you go. And then it says, things can get a little wild during the full moon, where clothing is entirely optional. So they're all gonna be like dancing at the bonfire naked and swimming? Like, what? What? Can I watch that part of the trailer? Let's see if we can get to that part, because then we can kind of picture it a little bit more. Okay, so imagine this. They're dancing, spending the night outside, hanging out with the fairy lights. Imagine they're doing that naked under the full moon. So, that's kind of fun. I'm kind of into it. Okay. Oh, back to this. Sorry. Oh, where am I? Here. Sorry. And then last we have Mourning Vale, but mourning like you're mourning a dead sim. Maybe it's the way the wind howls through the moss-draped trees, the eerie clang from the bell tower at odd hours, or the sentient plants. Many ghosts choose to call this place home, and the Grim Reaper's even been known to wander through now and then. They have that baleful bog, where you can take a dip to have an out-of-body experience, or you can transition into rebirth from there. So, there's one point, oh, here. So this is that baleful bog. Doesn't this look so cool? Like, how magical is that? And them talking about sentient plants, I'm like, is there gonna be a wild cow plant out there? And is it a ghost cow plant? Is that where it comes from? But like, look at how cool that is. And so she swims in it, and then she becomes a ghost. I assume it's temporary, but she can like taunt people if she wants. Oh, look at that planter, that's cool. There's another house. Anyway, so that's a very interesting section of the town, to say the least. What else does it say about it? You can partake in local customs at the Thind Festival. So it seems like there's an event that happens in like every single one of the towns, like neighborhood sections. And you can also make peace with your mortality at the Afterlife Anonymous meetup. So there's hopefully a lot going on event-wise in the town. I really like that when they do that in different worlds and there's like little local events happening. I think that's cool. So here's some more work on the bucket list. They had another baby. They helped the living. Is she giving energy to that sim? So that's what they haven't really talked about that much. They've like hinted at how ghosts can have new powers and ghosts can grow their power and ghosts can do this and that, but they haven't really shown us much. Or sucking the energy. Oh, that true. But it says help the living. So surely helping doesn't involve taking their energy away, right? That would be more fun though. But there's an energy bar. So I think they're probably giving energy to that sim. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. It looks kind of scary. But that just makes me wonder, like, what new powers will ghosts have and, like, how much, you know? Why not both? Why not take away and... Yeah, I think they're giving. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll see once we actually have the pack, but... Oh, and look at this. They have a lot of these, like, the like, tarot cards as posters. Actually, this image, we should zoom in. Because we can see one of those broken windows. Oh, my face is covering it. Wait, go away. We can see one of those broken windows. Look at that with the totally cracked and shattered. That's so cool. I think I'm going to use that a lot. It's like fancy too, but all broken. And I hope and I assume that it probably has a solid swatch as well. Like if, based on what they've done previously, I would expect to see like a broken one and a not broken one, you know? Anyway, this tarot poster of the Grim Reaper is so cool. There's like some new furniture in here, another new rug. And then over on this side, is that a no ghost sign? I never noticed that part. There's like a new little fence. They've got like some, I don't know, like messy stuff on the wall. No ghosts allowed. Is the book thing new? What book thing? Oh, that's new books, yeah. That looks like a little desk back there. So, yeah, this might be the rebirth thing. I'm not sure. It just says have another baby, check. Maybe that is rebirth though. We'll see. Wall decal, that's the word. Thank you. And then they also talk about the whole soul's journey thing. When I was reading this, I was like, oh my God, that's a lot of lingo and like kind of an overwhelming concept. So let's kind of break it down. Basically, there's a soul's journey system that is gonna like unite their aspirations and their wants somehow. So I assume you're gonna get rewards as you're completing the aspirations and the wants more than just like with the reward points. A sim's soul's journey allows them to achieve rewards as they fulfill goals, with the ultimate reward being the ability to rebirth a sim with the special burning soul trait after their passing. So basically, if you finish the whole soul's journey, then you're able to be reborn. That's kind of what this is, this part of the bucket list. I don't really know what all of these different icons will mean or like how much you have to do for it. It seems like parts of it, where's my face cam? It seems like that's a skill icon, there's a points icon, career. This is like a clock ticking, so I don't know. Are they clones? No, so it sounds like the rebirth, it sounds like they're literally reborn. Like I think they get born again. It explains it. Let's talk. Sims who are reborn after completing their soul's journey can unlock past childhood development skills, traits, and infant milestones depending on the age they come back as. They also might find special ties to Sims from their past life. So maybe they have like special, I don't know, sentiments or something with Sims from their past life, or I don't really know what to expect from that. Yeah, it's like a phoenix from the ashes kind of in one of those panels. So it sounds like maybe you pick what age you come back as. I just don't really know. I'm very intrigued to see how this will affect like my legacy challenges, because I just can't picture it. So it's legacy challenge, but it's one sim being reborn. Oh, that's fascinating. That is very fascinating. Legacy challenge, but just the same sim over and over again. Yeah, it is like a reincarnation concept, exactly. I just wasn't expecting that out of this pack. Like, some of the parts of this, I'm like, oh yeah, tarot cards. The like, even like the Undertaker career. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. But this, I did not see coming. This is kind of interesting. It sounds like players can achieve fulfillment by creating and completing bucket lists. So young adult and older can make a bucket list. And it sounds like if you don't touch it, the bucket list will naturally populate over time based on their traits. So I'm guessing, like, if you have an active sim, they'll probably have bucket list activities related to, like, fitness or something. But we don't really know. But there's also new interactions on the computer and the journal, which allow your sims to write a random goal, write a goal from a category, or write a specific goal. So I don't really know what that means. Maybe, like, you can just do a random one, completely random. You can pick you want a family goal, or you can, like, pick out of the list what you want. But I can't picture what the UI is going to look like yet, so I'm curious to see. If you complete your bucket list, there's powerful rewards, including the ability to experience a rebirth. So it sounds like there's more than one way to do the rebirth. There's the bucket list, and then also the soul's journey. So there's two separate options, but if you do the soul's journey, that's how you get the special burning soul bonus trait. I don't know. But also maybe it's the same. You can continue your soul's journey as a ghost. I find all of this kind of hard to imagine without seeing the UI a bit more. So anyway, make a death app on the phone. Yeah, sure. There's a lot going on and we don't really understand it yet because we haven't seen it. But anyway, yeah, this will be very interesting with how it affects the Super Sim challenge. I agree. Can a child/teen, infant, or toddler be reborn? I don't know. I don't know. It sounds like you can only be reborn if you finish your, like, unfinished business and your bucket list and stuff, and younger Sims can't have bucket lists. So I don't really know. I'm thinking no, but I don't know. I don't know. Okay, next it says, for some Sims, leaving life behind is hard to do, but players can let their Sims linger on as playable household members where they wreak havoc on the living or lend a helping hand. So you can choose to have your ghost stay with you. I guess that's cool too, because if a Sim dies, usually you have to, like, befriend them as a ghost and ask them to move back in. But instead, with this, I think you can choose it immediately. Oh, there's ads playing again. That's okay. We'll just wait. We'll just wait. It's only a minute. Here's a cat. You can't really see her. Maybe I'll move it. How's that? Oops. You can see all my messy cords. That's okay. That's a little bit more of her face. That's better. It'll last for like 30 more seconds. Sorry, everyone. Oh, so you think that they have to have the burning soul trait to be reborn at all? So maybe there's just multiple methods to getting the burning soul trait. Maybe that's what it is? It's hard to, like, make a get a full understanding of this when we haven't actually seen it, you know? If you can create ghosts, can't you just have a house full of ghosts instead of living family? Yeah, you could. I'm guessing, and I was hoping that one of the base game update things would be the ability to make ghosts in casts. I would really like to see that. I think it would be cool because you can make all the other occult types in casts. You can make, like, a vampire in cast. So I would love the ability to make an actual ghost in cast. And I think that seems like a nice base game feature, right? For them to pull for everyone. And I think that this is like a sensible time to add it. So I feel like surely that's part of it, right? Surely they'll do that now, because why wouldn't they do that now, right? But I hope so, because that'll be so much easier. I try and tell stories a lot. Like if you watch the video I made last week and, like, yesterday about the Grim Reaper event and how I made that sim, but her dad's dead and she's trying to befriend Grim Reaper to bring her dad back to life. I made her and her dad in Cass, and then I went into game and killed him so he could be dead. But if you could just make a ghost in CAS, that would make that so much easier. Because so often I want to tell the story of like, oh, you know, I have this sim and she's being raised by her grandparents because her mom died, but it's like such a process to get to that point as a start for your story. But if you could just make the ghost mom from the beginning, it'd be so much quicker to set it all up and tell a story like that. I don't know what would happen with the grave. I'm not really sure. But anyway, I would like that. That would be helpful. So fingers crossed that's part of the update. But anyway, they say ghost sims who build special connections with each other can also pair up for a special spectral woohoo inside objects of all shapes and sizes. So that's what they had teased before with like this, with the grill being woohooed inside of. I'm lost. So anyway, it sounds like the ghosts can woohoo together like anywhere. So they could probably woohoo like in the fridge or something. Like, I don't know. So that's fun. As sims adjust to their playable ghost sims form, they can customize their looks and casts, build ghost powers, and even earn fear or goodwill essences from their interactions with the living to make simoleons. Yes, there is still room to grow in the afterlife. So they're talking about this ghost powers thing, and they're not elaborating enough on that. I want to know what they mean by ghost powers. I want it to be a skill tree like from vampires so bad. But because they're not elaborating on it that much, it makes me think that maybe it's not as deep as that. I think maybe it'll be more mermaid vibes, where they have some powers, but like not that many and not a full skill tree. But I want it to be a full skill tree. But because they're not like talking, they can earn powers like this and this. I feel like usually in these blog posts, when they talk about new features, you see how they capitalize fear and goodwill? They always capitalize new features, and they love to like mention things in these. So I feel like if there was a whole big skill tree, they'd put examples, you know? But maybe there is one and we're just being cynical, but I don't know. This fear or goodwill essences thing is kind of fun, and it sounds like you can sell it. And I love the idea of tormenting sims to make ghost money. EA app has more info. Is there more info about this on the EA app? I'll go look. I'll go check. We'll finish the blog post and then come back to it. Or maybe I'll check it first. I don't know. Maybe I'll check it first. I haven't looked at it on the EA app. Will the EA app have the same as like the... Because we had read... Wait. We read this, the shop page. Will the EA app be the same as that? Or is it different again? Oh my god, my EA app, I have to like close it and reopen it every time because it doesn't want to load anything. Life and death. Come on, it's not showing up. Oh, here we go. Sorry, EA app's not loading. We're in, chat. We're in. So they have the same screenshots, obviously, that we've been looking at, because those are all the official screenshots. But I want to read... Choose your life's goals. Oh no, I think that these are the same. Life with death. Oh my god, there's so much. Haunts, crypt in the cemetery. Oh, there is more. Oh, there is more. Whoa, okay. Choose your life's goals. Young adult sims and older will have bucket lists that fill up with goals. Some items you choose, some will appear for you to accept or reject. Possible bucket list items include declaring a crafted masterpiece your life's work, woohooing in an unconventional location while a relationship is at its max, spending 24 in-game hours in a certain world, and more. Okay, so they're kind of hard. It's like fun challenges. Completing bucket list items in life will unlock interactions, the burning soul trait, the ability to be reborn, and more. Oh, so there's special interactions that you get from completing them too. Complete your unfinished business. If a sim dies with incomplete items on their bucket list and becomes a ghost, those items will become their unfinished business. Completing the items will then unlock the options to either move on or be reborn, though you may also choose to have them remain as a ghost. Okay. And rebirth, start over. Completing their bucket list or unfinished business will give a sim the ability to be reborn. They will be submerged in Ravenwood's baleful bog before you're taken into CAS. The reborn sim's age and appearance will be both customizable. Oh. And you can also choose which household your reborn sim will join and what the relationships will be. For example, you could insert the reborn sim into the Goth family with Bella and Mortimer as their parents. So it's really customizable. You can pick how and who you want to be if you get reborn. That's so interesting. I was not picturing it being that detailed. So it's like fully a reincarnation feature, and it's fully customizable what will happen to you. And then we learned that you have the ability to like maintain some of the things that you learned in your previous life. Okay, get this. You become a land grab, you steal all their money. You know? You reborn into their house and just ruin their lives. That's so fun. Wow, that's better than I thought it was gonna be. That's cool. I wish that they had these same features on the other pages. Like, why are there different things on the EA app than there are in the other spots? Anyway, Reapers and Morticians. Start an active career as a Reaper, a member of Grimm's team. Perfect for Sims with a dark sense of adventure, this job will take you to Grimm's office and beyond. Visit the dead and reap souls in person, stop active hauntings, and enjoy day-to-day tasks like ushering soul orbs along their journeys and chatting with Grimm, your boss. If you're looking for an equally gloomy but off-screen career, visit the crypt to start working as a mortician. So it sounds like the Grimm is a fully active career, and the mortician one is a rabbit hole. But there are two careers. Oh my gosh, look at her. I'll move it again. Look at what she does. She's so weird. Oops. Sorry, I almost fell over. Interesting. Okay, traits and aspirations. Embrace the beyond. The ghost historian aspiration is for Sims who want to study the departed. Sims with this aspiration will want to explore the crypt, befriend ghosts, and write down their findings. In time, they'll be able to write horror books. Oh, so that's what they meant by unlock horror books. So if you complete the aspiration, you unlock a new genre of book that you can write. That's so cool. There are also 3 new traits. We got Macabre Sims that delight in the dark and marvel at the morbid. Chased by Death will give Sims a seize the day attitude and tilt the odds against them in risky situations. Oh my gosh. So if they have the Chased by Death trait, they're more likely to die in risky things. So like, if a Chased by Death sim climbs the mountain from Mount Komorebi, do you think they might like be more likely to fall off and die? Sometimes I think that this pack is made for me. Like, sometimes I think that this pack, I was born to play this game. Like, this one is for me. My collection is gonna be thriving. And also, skeptical Sims do not believe in ghosts even when they encounter them. I bet that there's some kind of funny like pop-ups from that. If they like don't believe in ghosts but they see one and they just complain. Okay, dark pursuits. Pet crows and tarot. A pet crow can be a beloved companion. Befriending your crow will make it inclined to bring you gifts, and they can even be taught to say Simlish words through mimicry. If you provoke your crow, however, it may become upset, and its friends will punish you with a death by murder of crows. There's also a new collectible, tarot cards, which can be found around Ravenwood or purchased in Build Buy, and Sims with a full deck can perform readings for themselves and others. So that's kind of cool. I thought that it was gonna be like, I guess I don't know what I thought from it. I'm intrigued that it's a collection, because I kind of like the idea of trying to finish it. Like, that's kind of fun to look for them. I've been reading, this is really funny. I've been reading a book series called One Dark Window, and the second book, Two Twisted Crowns this week. I'm almost on the second book. I'm gonna finish it tonight probably. But the thought of like all of these cards that you have to find is very much that book's vibes. Like, there's cards in there that all have magic powers. So it's kind of funny that that's part of this pack and I'm reading that book right now. But that's cool. We also have Coping with Loss. It says every sim grieves differently. Unhappy events like deaths and breakups will have long-term emotional effects on sims. I love that breakups affect it too. There's 4 types of grief: anger, blues, holding it together, and denial. And which one a sim experiences will depend on their traits as well as what happened and what they lost. Grieving Sims will have new interactions and a variety of ways to cope, including talking to other Sims and counseling. And they said in the blog post that you can also grieve like losing your job. So if they get fired, they might grieve. After a divorce, they might grieve. And obviously after someone dies, they might grieve. And that's cool. The depth of that, like having a lasting impact. I will say, I anticipate myself cheating this away in certain households. Like in my Black Widow challenge, for example. Why are you grieving? Why are you grieving? You don't care. But in regular households, absolutely I'll play with it. I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest. It's kind of like the, what's it called? Midlife crisis. When they first announced that, I was like, this is so cool. And now that I actually have it, I'm like, get over it, you know? With my sim grieving, get over it. Grow up. No, but it's cool that they can do that. I'm excited about it. I'll probably enjoy that. Enjoy's the wrong word. That sounds bad. Enjoying people grieving, like, get it together. Anyway, remember in your own way. When your Sims lose a loved one, hold a custom event with the rituals you want. Gather in a location of your choosing. Oh, you don't want to grieve? Okay. Gather in a location of your choosing and express grief in a variety of ways, from toasts to eulogies to a memorial cannon that shoots confetti. Rituals may be somber, but upbeat celebrations of life are possible too. Besides hosting an event, you can commemorate deceased Sims with customizable grave sites and caskets. Choose the look of headstones and urns and add decorations a Sim would have enjoyed to their casket. So in the other blog posts, they also talked about, like, basically they described the memorial events as very similar to wedding stories. How you pick like a dress code, you pick a color that they have to wear, you pick traditions that they follow, which is honestly, I think the best way to go about this. Like if they're gonna host a funeral, I think that like making it fully customizable is the right way, because so many different people in different cultures have different traditions for this. Like it's so different everywhere for everyone. And so having it the way that you can choose to make it like a more formal like funeral ceremony in a church, or like a celebration of life, like a party. There's so many different ways that it seems like that you can do that. And that's what I would like to see. I hope that it won't be as buggy as Wedding Stories is. But anyway, we'll see. We'll see. And then it says inherit. So you can write wills and pass down heirlooms. Sims aged child and up can designate certain items as heirlooms, which can be passed down through generations. Possible heirlooms include both craftable items and items available in build mode, like quilts and music boxes. Hovering over, oh wait, like quilts, that's new. So there's gonna be quilts, perhaps? Interesting. We have the music, there's a music box it's right there. That's one of the early purchase items. So there must be other music boxes in game. Quilting hobby. Stop! Do you think there's gonna be actual quilting as a skill? But they haven't said that. Okay, so when people talk about quilting, I know people are asking what it is. If you're not familiar with the concept, maybe you've seen this kind of thing before. It's like a big blanket made out of little squares of other fabric. Like this kind of thing. And it's like, I don't know, when you think about quilts, I often think about like, maybe your great grandma made a quilt for you as a baby. And it was like a baby blanket or something. That's kind of my association with quilting. It's like a very time consuming, like labor of love that people will do. It's like patchwork kind of. But I guess they didn't list it as being, oops, sorry, wrong thing. They didn't list it as being a craftable. So maybe you buy it from, I don't know. They said that, oh, that's right. It includes craftable items and things available in build mode, like quilts and music boxes. They like described it next to build mode though. So maybe you buy it. I'm not sure. We'll see. That we don't have quilts yet though. So I don't know. Anyway, hovering over an heirloom will always show the sim that it belonged to. Sims can create wills, which will dictate which other Sims will obtain their heirlooms, money, children, and more. And you can also choose the emotional impact that you want the will reading to have. So in the will reading, you can make people like mad, I guess, because in the trailer they had Sims fighting, they had Sims crying. So seems like you can pick what happens at the will reading. Fun for storytelling, perhaps. Yeah, maybe it's like Lovestruck's blanket. I don't know. I can't imagine. I can't picture what it'll be like. I think if there was a quilting skill, they would probably have said that. But what will it be? Like a quilt that just goes on the floor? Like a rug? That's not how I picture quilts being used. I don't know. You can't like put a quilt on a bed because you can't use them on existing beds. Maybe wall decor? Like they hang it up like a tapestry? I don't know. Decor like pillows? Yeah. That's true. That too. Okay. There's a lot of things in this hauntings and haunts section. Grow your power. Power progression for ghosts. Ah! Sorry. This is what we needed. Okay. Power progression for ghosts has 5 tiers split between good and evil lanes, as well as a 4-tier neutral track in the middle. Yes. This is what I wanted. Okay, as you work to become the best or worst ghoul you can be, you'll unlock powerful abilities. Make sure to watch your stamina gauge. You'll get more see-through when you're lower energy. Oh, they become more see-through? They like fade? That's wild when you're low on energy. The ultimate ability of the good track is the benevolent blessing, and the ultimate ability of the evil track is otherworldly curse. So you like fade away when your energy is low? I'm so glad there's more than one track. This is exactly what I wanted. We were talking about like it'd be so cool to have like a ghost skill tree. This is exactly what I was hoping to see. That's so cool. That is so, so, so cool. It just expands upon the existing ones. Yeah, kind of like Get Famous too. That's what I'm picturing the UI will be like. Yeah. Okay, how will you haunt? You can be a very friendly ghost and help out around the house you're haunting, cleaning messes and fixing broken items. This can earn you goodwill essences. And you can also embrace the fiendish fun of scaring living Sims to earn fear essences. And both types of essence can be sold for simoleons. Ghosts need money too. They are really hyping up the stuff that you can sell. I feel like they don't normally do that, but they mentioned more than once that you can sell these ghost essences and also that you can pickpocket Sims by like shaking upside down for money. I feel like they're calling to me right now. This is so rags to riches. Like, there seems to be a lot of stuff going on in this pack. Okay, crypts in the cemetery. You can visit the dead. Crypts can hold the urns of up to 20 Sims. That's not enough. Some people have like, wait. Some people have like 370 graves. That's not enough. I'm gonna need to have like so many of them. The living can visit to mourn, nap, woohoo, or join the mortician career. This is so Sims 3. I'm gonna go to the graveyard and just click and then join mortician career. Eerie adventures are also awaiting. You can make careful choices and find treasure or something less pleasant. So does that mean that it's like the caves as well from the other packs where you can find stuff in them? Cemeteries are a common site for grieving rituals. Ghosts often spend time there, and if you encounter the gravekeeper at night, he might share a frightful tale. Cemeteries can be created and placed in any world! That's what we were hoping for too. So you can make like a Willow Creek Cemetery if you want to. No, Snoopy, I don't get told if people use my creator code when they're buying the pack. I get like sent a report by them at the end of the month of how many people use my creator code, but it doesn't tell me like right now someone used it. It's not that like fancy. If you're gonna pre-order the pack, by the way, you don't have to use my creator code, but I would really encourage you to use somebody's creator code. Most of your favorite Sims creators have creator codes now. It's probably just their username. And you put it in the promo code box at checkout, and then they'll make 5% of the purchase when you buy the pack. And that's pretty big, so it's a good way to support your favorite creators. Again, you don't have to do mine, but use somebody's if you're gonna buy the pack. Or any pack, honestly. Mine's just lilsimsie, but other people's will be their username, so. Anyway, so it sounds like it's a lot type, not a trait. It's a lot type. I think Simiru Ninja said that on Twitter, but I could be wrong. Yeah, $2. Well, that's the thing. Like, if you buy the pack and then the creator makes $2, that adds up, you know? So it's a good way to support people that you like to watch on YouTube. And it's free for you because you're already buying the pack. And then EA makes less money, so that's also a win. I mean, you can't go wrong. Okay, this is the last part, by the way. People, places, and poltergeists. No trip to Ravenwood will be complete without a trip to the Baleful Bog, a large river with supernatural powers. Sims can go here for an out-of-body experience, and that makes them turn into a ghost. Ghost Sims or Sims who are close to death can visit the Baleful Bog to be reborn if they've completed their bucket list / unfinished business. That's interesting. So even if you're just close to death, you can be reborn. You don't have to be actually dead yet. We didn't know that part yet. That is very curious. I wonder if that means the bar has to be glowing? Like, what does close to death mean? You could be immortal. If they've completed their bucket list and unfinished business. So they have to be obviously ready to do it, but they can do that. And you can also visit Alice's dead tree to get a quest from the Ghost Mother. They haven't said that anywhere else. That's the first place we've read that. Alice's dead tree to get a quest from the Ghost Mother. Huh? Like, you didn't mention that in any other part of any, like, the blog post doesn't have that. Who's the Ghost Mother? Who's Alice? Why is this different info? So that's what I mean. Like, there's probably things that happen in this pack that they haven't said. Because there's so many different parts. You can adventure in a haunted house, meet Grimm in the garden ruins, encounter the frightening Edith in the village. Who's Edith? They didn't say that either. Just casually dropping in frightening Edith and Ghost Mother? Like, who? What? Oh, right, Edith, sure. And more. And more. Oh, you know what? Frightening Edith. Wait, watch. I bet I know who Edith is. That looks like frightening Edith. If I had to guess, I might assume that could be frightening Edith. They didn't say that, but yeah. I don't know who the Ghost Mother is, but that might be Edith. Interesting. Maybe it's her mother. Yeah, maybe the Ghost Mother is Edith's mother. There's also a ghost cow plant at one point of this trailer. And they haven't talked about that anywhere either. So, I don't know. Where does that happen? I can't remember. Oh, here. Wait. Let's watch it. It's in a picture on the wall. Oh, not these pictures. I don't know. Maybe it's Temperance. Do you think it's gonna be the same one from Paranormal? I would guess that it's gonna be a new one. I just missed it. Did I? Was it there? Oh, it's right there. Oh, yeah, it's right there. Sorry. Wait. Sorry, I was looking at chat. There's a ghost cow plant. Do you understand what I mean when I say this pack, I feel such an attachment to this? Like, it's got all my favorite things. Cow plants, ghosts, ghost cow plants. Like, I wonder what the name of the ghost cow plant will be. It's probably the same as the regular one, right? Anyway, overall, that's pretty much everything then. We've kind of covered all the bases of all the things from the pack. What are you thinking, chat? Like, how are you feeling about this? I'll let it run again. Because I feel really good about this. I think to compare it to like Lovestruck, when the Lovestruck trailer came out, I think a lot of people were like, this pack feels small. What does the pack even have? But this time, we're like, this pack has everything. What doesn't the pack have? Like, that's kind of my initial gut reaction is like, oh my god, there's so much that they're talking about from this. Like, there's so much going on. And I think that Love Struck isn't small. I think that because it just updates like a base game feature, it doesn't feel, I don't know, maybe because like the love stuff is tied into base game things. And obviously Death is base game too, and Ghosts are base game, but it's expanding on it in such a new, like profoundly different way that it feels very different and very new, you know? Because like we've never had ghost skill trees before and like all these different things. So anyway, lots to think about with this. Lots to think about with this. I'm fascinated. Yeah, and when I first watched the trailer, I was getting like actually emotional. Like I like choked up twice. The first time was at the end. I think like around this part, when she was like with her dad. Wait, she'll get to it. Hold on. Like around here, I was getting like kind of emotional, like gonna cry over this. And then the second time, I was reading the description from the blog post, and I forget what point it was, but I like actually got kind of like, I'm gonna cry because I'm so excited. Different kind of cry, not sad, but like I'm so excited. This is just really cool. It's a totally different thing. I just wasn't expecting a lot of this, so I'm looking forward to a lot of it. It's kind of weird. Like some of it's kind of weird. Being the Grim Reaper is weird. But like how fun. It feels very Sims to me to have like these kind of weird things happening. Oh, did you really, Emma? That's cool. That's so cool. Diagonal stairs? You saw diagonal stairs? Is that true? Or was it like an illusion? I didn't see anybody else say that. Uh-oh. I never noticed that. Oh, maybe it's like a world element. Maybe you saw that on Discord. Is it something in the Discord server? Maybe it's like part of the, maybe it's just like part of the environment somewhere. I'm looking. Did you see where it was, Tilly? In the graveyard? Okay, in the cemetery. So should I watch the cemetery stuff back? In the first cemetery. Okay. Oh. You know what's probably happening here? My assumption is that maybe the lot is on a diagonal. And the stairs are not. And it's like a trick of the eye. Look from above. Does it show it from above? I'm guessing, let me open the game. I closed it earlier. I'll show you what I mean. But like if you build the house on a diagonal, then the stairs look diagonal, but actually the stairs are straight. I think that if they were diagonal, it would have to be, like Dika said, it would be wide like the walls are. I don't want to crush your dreams. I'm just thinking that maybe that's not true. Like, turn the grid on. Turn the grid on. I think that the items are just placed on a diagonal. I'll build like a diagram so I can show you what I mean. I only exist to crush dreams. There you go. No, it might be true. I don't want to get my hopes up and have it not be real, so I'm gonna look. Yeah, so like the camera is sort of diagonal in comparison to the stairs, which makes the stairs look diagonal. Optical illusion. I guess we can guess with the terrain paint too. Cause you see like, I don't know. I need to go to a bigger lot. Hold on. Hold on. Looks a little off to you, the whole lot? Yeah, it kind of does. Why don't we have them? Well, if they made diagonal stairs, a diagonal wall is much wider than a regular wall. So maybe that's part of it, is like the size of it. Like it would have to be like that big versus a regular staircase, which is like that big. So maybe the sizing and scaling of it is throwing it. But basically what I think happened here, this is a building. There's no building in the picture, but I'm just gonna show you. If you put it like a diagonal next, or a straight staircase next to a diagonal building, you can kind of make it look like the stairs are on a diagonal, right? So I think that what they've done is they've got like, I'll use a toilet in place of the crypt. But I think they've basically put like where are you? Like that kind of thing. And then if we look at that as if it's straight on, then you can kind of imagine that the stairs are on a diagonal. But they're actually straight on. Anyway, they've got like terrain manipulation happening too. So they've got like sort of like this kind of thing. And then kind of like, oops. Oh, I've done that really poorly. Well, anyway, you can picture what I mean, right? I think I should have made that bigger. Wait. That's the spirit. Anyway, it's kind of like they're looking at the lot like this. Optical illusion. I could be wrong, but I don't know. I don't know. Terrain's a mess, yeah. I want to finish watching it though, real quick. This hurts your brain. Yeah, sorry that we even went through it all. But this, overall, I feel really good about this. I'm excited. It's fun. I'm looking forward to the pack. We get the reveal trailer, or sorry, this is the reveal trailer. We get the gameplay trailer in 2 weeks. 2 weeks from today. And that'll have some more information and some more footage. So I'm looking forward to that. And then the pack comes out on Halloween, and I will probably have early access for at least a few days before that for us to play with and make videos on and stuff. So lots to look forward to. And I think with that, maybe now is a good time for us to switch back, oops, and actually build. Now that we've covered everything, is that fine? I think we shall do that. There's about to be ads running, so I'll let them run now. And then we'll start working on the build, yeah? Am I gonna wear a costume for the Halloween stream? I think I might. I haven't fully decided yet, because I was thinking about, I don't know, because I would like to wear a Halloween costume that day, because I usually do on Halloween, but also I might want to do a long stream. So maybe I'll do like a, maybe I'll just full set and dress up for real. I haven't decided yet. I got a month to think about it. I've got some time to think about it, but maybe. It could be fun to put on like a Grim Reaper costume. An Eliza Pancakes costume? Oh my god. Wear a comfy costume. I mean, most of the costumes that I have are very itchy. Like my hot dog costume and stuff, so I don't know. But I think wearing the hot dog costume's boring.